Welcome to datascience.show, the podcast where data science meets executive leadership. We talk with top AI and analytics thought leaders about turning data into real business impact. If you're a C-level leader or data expert shaping the future, you're in the right place.
I'm your host, Mirko. We explore how data science and AI drive real business impact, straight from the leaders making it happen. Today, model portfolio management, a C-level playbook for balancing risk, ROI, and innovation. In the next 25 minutes, I'll walk you through the mental model, practical frameworks, and immediate actions you can take to stop treating models as isolated projects and start managing them like a coherent investment portfolio.
Why now? Organizations are no longer running 1 or 2 ML pilots. They have dozens of live models, divergent owners, and fragmented metrics. That fragmentation creates wasted spend, operational risk, and uneven business returns. If you're accountable for outcomes, a portfolio approach gives you a durable way to allocate capital, measure marginal value, and hedge downside.
Let's define our terms up front. When I say model portfolio, I mean the total set of production models your company depends on, across products, channels, and geographies, governed by a set of investment rules, risk controls, and review rhythms. Borrowing finance language helps, but only if you translate it into operational rules. Alpha is the incremental business value a model delivers. Beta is the baseline market or process volatility the model rides on. Diversification reduces correlated failures. Drawdown is the performance drop you must tolerate before deciding to act.
Common failure modes. First, heroic single model bets that suck up engineering and product attention while delivering negligible incremental ROI. Second, uncontrolled proliferation, dozens of near-duplicate models with slightly different features and no centralized view of costs. Third, invisible technical debt, models that quietly regress because training data drift or feature pipelines break. Those are avoidable with a portfolio mindset.
Now the core strategy: segmentation and prioritization. At the executive level, you should categorize models into 4 buckets: strategic, revenue-generating, cost-saving, and risk mitigation compliance. Strategic models shift competitive position. Think dynamic pricing engines or fraud detection that materially reduces loss. Revenue models directly increase top line. Cost models improve margin and efficiency. Risk models protect the business from regulatory or reputational harm. Each bucket gets different tolerance for latency, explainability, and investment horizon.
For each model, track 3 executive KPIs: marginal business value per month, total cost of ownership, including data and engineering, and risk exposure, both operational and regulatory. Marginal value is the incremental uplift you would lose if the model disappeared. Don't confuse absolute accuracy with business value. A small precision gain on a low-impact use case is not worth the same investment as a moderate uplift on a strategic funnel. Allocation frameworks. Treat engineering and data capacity like constrained capital. Create quarterly investment buckets: core maintenance, scale-up, and innovation. Core maintenance funds SLAs, monitoring, and retraining. Scale-up funds operationalizing a proven model across geographies or product lines. Innovation funds experimental, high-alpha bets with staged commitments and clear kill criteria. Use small, staged allocations for experiments and larger, multi-quarter allocations for scale decisions. Risk-adjusted KPIs matter. Normalize marginal value by volatility and cost to get a risk-adjusted return. A high-return model that frequently misses in peak windows can be a net liability during stress. Include sensitivity tests. What happens to business KPIs if input distributions shift or if latency spikes? That sensitivity should directly influence how much capital and attention the model receives. Execution and governance. This is where portfolios live or die. First, set an operating cadence: monthly health checks, quarterly portfolio reviews, and an annual strategy review. Monthly, owners report on uptime, drift metrics, and short-term business impact. Quarterly, executive review of reallocation decisions: which models to scale, which to pause, which to sunset. Annual, roadmap alignment with finance and product targets. Investment gates are simple but strict. Bootstrap, pilot, trial, scale. Each gate requires evidence, defined KPI lift, operational readiness, cost forecast, and risk assessment. Make the gate criteria quantitative and time-boxed. Without gates, you end up funding pet projects indefinitely. Hold owners accountable with clear SLAs and lifecycle playbooks. Scale when sustained uplift exceeds threshold for X months. Maintain when uplift is stable but incremental. Retire when uplift falls below upkeep cost.
Integration with finance and product reviews is non-negotiable. Model spin should be visible in the same budget reviews as feature development and infrastructure. Finance needs forecasted marginal value and downside scenarios. Product leaders need clarity on how model behavior maps to user experience and business KPIs. That alignment prevents surprises and creates shared accountability.
Leadership and organizational impact. Incentives matter. If data scientists are rewarded only for papers or offline metrics, you'll get models that look good in isolation but fail in production. Tie incentives to sustained business impact and operational reliability. Create cross-functional pods with delegated ownership. Product, engineering, and analytics share a compact for outcomes, not just delivery.
Talent trade-offs are real. Do you hire more senior engineers to build resilient platforms or more product ML engineers to ship new models? The portfolio view forces explicit choices. Early on, focus on platform and reliability to reduce technical debt. Once you have predictable operating rhythms, shift some capacity to high alpha experimentation.
Culture shift is the hardest part. Move from celebrating isolated heroics to recognizing consistent, accountable value delivery. Reward teams for retiring models responsibly and for instrumenting observability. Those are as strategic as building a new model.
Looking ahead, over the next 12 to 24 months, leaders should prepare for two realities. 1. Model sprawl will increase unless you impose portfolio rules. 2. Regulation and explainability demands will push risk models into the foreground. Prepare by codifying review gates and building traceability into pipelines so you can answer why a decision was made and how it affected outcomes.
2 immediate executive actions you can take this week. First, run a rapid 30-60-day portfolio audit. List every production model, its owner, marginal monthly value, and cost. That single view unlocks 1,000 decisions. Second, implement a simple investment gate for all new model work. Pilot funding capped at 3 months with predefined success metrics. No gate, no budget extension.
Final reflection. Treating models like a portfolio doesn't make your organization risk-averse. It makes your investments deliberate. You'll be able to double down where value is clear, hedge systemic risks, and retire what drags resources away from true impact. That discipline is how you move from models to measurable value.
If you found this episode valuable, subscribe and share it with your network. And let's connect on LinkedIn. I'm Mirko Peters. We'll be back with more conversations on how data science and AI create real business impact. That's the difference between models and value. Until next time.
Thanks for listening to datascience.show. If you found value in this episode, subscribe, share it with your network, and join us next time as we explore how data science drives smarter decisions and better business outcomes.